You know how I know when there's some colonizer trickery going on? It's always divisive and layered. So it starts with like the most obvious one, like this one, right?
Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoot them rapidly.
Which is like, bruh, why are you doing all that? You're just taking it to the max. Because we know what happened when the Panthers was using the right to bear arms that vocally. They were targeted and persecuted by the U.S. government. So that's why that was too hot. But then you got the follow-up.
Our stance is, for illegals. We're not gonna step in front of that. That's not our fight. That has nothing to do with us.
Sir, good sir. What's an illegal? Why are we calling indigenous people who are fleeing from U.S. intervention in their countries illegal? What is that? You know who was deemed as illegal? Runaways. People who ran away from their human traffickers to get their freedom. They were called illegal. And you know who made it their fight to harbor runaway Africans? Indigenous people. The real reason why so many people like to claim indigenous. And Mexico. They just made it their business somehow. Something about human compassion and solidarity, I don't know. And also, yes, the Black Panthers has been a socialist international solidarity movement from the beginning. In fact, Fred Hampton, who the FBI assassinated cold in his bed, was notoriously starting the Rainbow Coalition, which is not what the rainbow means now. The Rainbow Coalition was a solidarity movement between different cultural, racial institutions, like groups, gangs, organizations, all of the above. So on either side of this is wild. But the second one right there is also not it. That does not historically fit with the history of the Black Panther movement. So miss me with all that.
As far as the party, we don't think in terms really of black and white. We only think of that when we try to analyze American society, which is a racist society. But we're internationalists, we're anti-racist, we're not even a national chauvinist.
And look, if we're gonna be mad at immigrants for not caring about the history that no U.S. public school is teaching people, do you see how we're just like fighting each other? You don't see that? It's a system that creates all of this division. But instead of getting at the system, we're now gonna turn on each other. That's divide and rule. So forget this obvious guy who's clearly just off the deep end. It's the follow-up. What does that even mean? You gotta remember Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill said, you gotta be careful because we could each be agents. Right? So discernment.
Situations materialize themselves and, oh, he's an agent. But here's the trick. Here's the trick, is that you have to remember that sometimes you can be an agent. You can be an agent to yourself. You can be an agent against someone else and not even realize that you're being used, That's the matrix.